We're so proud to be the recipient of the Charity Classic this year. Grateful Rescue has been chosen by the fabulous Skyline Club in Indianapolis, and one of our board members, as well as the general manager of Skyline Club, Jeff Markowitz.
Yes.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. We're so honored.
This is our 16th year, so Club Corp, all of our clubs invited, all of our clubs participate in the Club Corp Charity Classic. So every year we pick a local charity, and this year we picked Grateful Rescue, and 70% of tonight's proceeds go towards Grateful Rescue, and 30% goes through to the Employee Partner Care Foundation.
You've got lots going on today. What is it you hope to accomplish by the charity?
Well, we're hoping to make more money for our capital campaign.
Right.
You know, we're getting ready to start breaking ground soon, and so tonight's proceeds go to that.
But you can also, you're on Facebook, I see all the time. How many dogs and cats have you rescued now?
Oh my gosh, I've lost count now, Patty. We just took in some more. I mean,
know.
definitely over 500. We're, you know, from a small facility, that's not bad.
That's wonderful.
But we're trying to build and expand so that we can rescue even more, thousands.
And shut down those puppy mills. That's something
Oh yeah,
else.
we're going to talk about that tonight too.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, I don't think, if people don't know, that's one thing. But if you do know and then go to a pet store and buy from a puppy mill, that's wrong. So learn, we all learn, and we can do better, okay? So something I want to show you. First off, we want to bring in, here's Nathan Lowe, the dog whisperer. And this is little Harry. Little Harry is from the Grateful Rescue. And of course, my Stewie. And of course, the dog whisperer right here, who's been watching over them. How about, oh, I know Stewie. Well, you can stay there. Oh, you want to stay here? All right, he can stay here. All right, and something else we want to do here. Portion of the proceeds from my book, The Dog Who Saved My Life, go to rescues and shelters and Pamela, the Grateful Rescue.
I've read this 3 times, Patty.
3 times?
3 times. I can't get enough.
Oh
You
my
will
gosh.
too. Buy the book.
So go to our website and you can find more about this book and more about me, told with some humor and some honesty, okay?
It's a beautiful story.
It's a beautiful story.
And she's a beautiful woman.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
In 16 years of training, I've worked with lots and lots of rescues and shelters, and Grateful Rescue stands as one of the elites in my mind because of the heart of the rescue and because of the people behind it. So Pamela and Michael, their heart of compassion for dogs it basically bleeds through every aspect of the organization. They love dogs, they love to support organizations that help dogs. This is one such opportunity, and supporting an organization that does the right thing by dogs, and that's what's important. So this is a real privilege for the people that are able to come to this, to support an organization that as the years go on, as this capital campaign wraps up and actually the building is built, this is going to go down in history, I think, as one of the finer ones.
Plus we have some dogs here tonight. If anyone, I know Stewie and Harry are here with Patty, and so it's going to be a really fun event. Great dinner, great spread, and hopefully we raise a lot of money.
This is the Wall of Gratitude. And how you do this, how this works is you choose a number between 1 and 200, and you donate that money, that number in amount of money, and if they're all filled, it will raise over $20,000. It means so much to me, Jeff. This is such a beautiful, wonderful place, and an animal lovers, and I'm humbled to the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're building a place where homeless animals find forever homes. A place where people connect with animals in a beautiful park. A place that brings people and pets together, building lifelong bonds. That place is the Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary, a proud partner with Best Friends Animal Society.
And this is Mikey. Mikey likes all the food, just like the old commercial. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
This is Mikey. Hi, Mikey. I know he's a Golden Retriever Bernese Mountain Dog mix. I know he really just likes to chill. He's not super hyperactive. I think he's always gonna have something new in store, and he'll always have something to do because we have a pretty big yard, and we'll take care of him very well.
We had 2 kitty cats that were our family pets, and both the kitty cats passed away last year, and he just turned 11, and I just think it's a wonderful age. It's a good time to have a puppy dog, and they can grow up together. He's entering middle school next year, and we all know that those are weird times, and I just
program providing high-quality medical and surgical care for shelter animals, plus the bonus of educating the next generation of veterinarians.
Priority for PAWS itself is a clinical rotation for senior veterinary students. So they're in their last year of veterinary school, about to graduate and become veterinarians, and they really need that hands-on experience clinically and surgically. And so we partner with local shelters and rescues. We provide the care medically and surgically for those animals that the shelters need, and then we provide the experience for our students who are learning how to care for those animals. So they're under our supervision of myself, Dr. Hill, our veterinary nurses, and they're learning valuable they're getting valuable hands-on experience, and we are providing invaluable resources to our community and our shelters and rescues. So once upon a time, about 9 years ago, I was a student here. I graduated from Purdue College Veterinary Medicine, and I took this program and fell in love with it as a student. After graduation, I ended up moving to Ohio in general practice for a couple years, and then I was very fortunate to have the opportunity to come back and teach and work in this community that I love.
Basically, my job includes covering for surgery, induction, prep of surgery, taking care of the patients, making sure they get full physical exams, and making sure they get home with all the medications that they need for the day. Yeah, I've been at Purdue for 7 years as a versatile technician, so I'd float throughout the hospital and kind of help out everywhere, but mainly my focus was here on P4P. They hadn't had a full-time tech in a while, and just this year they finally opened up as a position, and I went ahead and took it.
And meet Brittany Morris, who just graduated from Purdue Vet School, and her newly adopted dog, Bailey.
I am passionate about shelter medicine and helping the animals that are in need, and it's also just a wonderful program to help build our surgical skills and confidence prior to graduation. I have a small animal GP position lined up just outside of Savannah, Georgia. Oh, I highly recommend Purdue. It's a small class size. You get a lot of one-on-one time with your instructors, and they all genuinely care about you and want to teach you.
The students learn, the shelters get their animals treated and have surgery and prepared for adoption. There is no charge for the animals for the shelters. We The services are all free, which is another win for the shelters. I like it because I feel like shelter animals are often forgotten about, and there's a lot of emphasis right now on adopting from a shelter rather than from a breeder or places like that. And so being able to help these animals that are in difficult circumstances, help them find a home so that they can be the loving pets that we know that they are, is really special to be able to be a part of their journey.
Priority for Paws of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Purdue University, is one of the organizations benefiting from the generosity of the Nina Mason Pulliam Trust Foundation. Since 2012, the Trust has invested nearly $10 million in animal welfare work. Over the last decade, the Trust has made incredible strides in animal welfare. Priority for Paws thanks Nina Mason Pulliam for her legacy of love. For more information, go to ninapulliamtrust.org.
Hello. I will never forget the look on Sydney's face when she saw Diamond and Lily for the first time. They are part of a pack of 8 puppies, but since they're special, we went ahead and took them to a different room so they can learn to adjust. And they are mostly blind. They can see a little bit out of the eye that's open. What made you pick these 2 out of the whole litter?
Because they're like different from the rest, and because a lot of people probably don't want the ones like that.
Grateful Rescue saved 8 Aussie Doodle puppies and their father from an Amish puppy mill. It's a place where pets are treated like livestock and live a dreadful life of nonstop breeding.
I want to be a vet because a lot of animals just get sick easily, and like ones like these can just get hurt.
This is a big step for Sydney. She's been afraid of dogs since suffering a dog bite years ago.
But it was pretty rough. He drug her through some gravel. We had to get some stitches. We were there for a while, and it was a healing process. But everywhere she went for about a month, she kept a blanket over her face because she thought that.
I remember that.
Because she said she was ugly because she had scars everywhere. So when we would go to restaurants, she would sit with a blanket over her face.
But the scars have healed, and Sydney is ready to be a pet parent.
And she's wanted to be a vet for a long time, and she's going to build her own clinic, and she wants it on her property so that she's right there. So it's hard to say no when a kid is willing to do it.
You know what, Sydney? I have no doubt that you're the best mama to these dogs that's out there. And I couldn't be happier that your sweetheart has wanted to reach out to these babies. You know you're saving their life. You're a hero. At Grateful Rescue, we'll miss the Aussie Doodle puppies and their dad, their endless energy, and their excited runs through the backyard. But we take comfort in knowing that they have forever loving homes.
And as you know now, they were blind. And this has to do with some genetic things going on. Pamela, you want to explain a little more?
Absolutely. It is the result of irresponsible breeders, Patty.
Okay.
Whenever people want to throw a dog of lots of colors, they will breed a double merle, 2 merles together.
Okay.
It's called double merle. Or if they want an all-white dog, they'll do this.
Yeah.
And the result could be they're either vision impaired, hearing impaired, or both.
Both.
Yes.
Blind and deaf.
And then,
that happens a lot. And then what happens to the puppy?
well, they usually kill them because they're not sellable if they're blind and deaf.
Well, the important thing, though, is backyard breeders, they do it for the love of money, not the love of a breed. Jeannie Whitten-Smith is my responsible breeder for my Stewie. And again, I've learned a lot. We learn a lot as we go along. What is a responsible breeder? You get to see the mom dog, you get to see where the puppy was born, and you get full health records. That is very, very important. You cannot do that from a pet shop or backyard breeder. So
That's right.
There you go.
I'm an animal person, and I'm here with one of my best friends, Teresa Mumford, who is also an animal person. That's what we call people who just love animals. One of my favorite memories from this farm was when you got married. And after the wedding, we're here for the reception, and what was so hilarious was there was a goat running around with a bucket or watering can stuck on its head. And it was like, it wouldn't have been your wedding had that not happened. So tell me about that day and how you remember that too. Our other best friend, Kim, was chasing this goat around, trying to get that bucket off.
Yeah, and I guess that was the start of our whole goat life here at the farm. But yeah, our reception was here, big country wedding, and we were coming from the church on horse and buggy, and our friend was chasing around this little pygmy goat trying to get the water can, because they always escape, and she got into the garden and got the watering can stuck on her head.
I can tell you that when I wake up in the morning, if there's an animal that needs to be rescued, is Teresa sending me a message. So tell me a little bit about where your love of animals began and what it's doing right now in your life.
Yeah, so I guess that started many years ago when I was young. As most children get animals, I had the gerbils, the fish, the turtles, dogs, and I always wanted to take care of them, and I just knew that I was like a mother to them. So I feel like that's when it all started, you know?
Yeah, and you still do that. So we're out here, I don't know if you can see behind us, but we've got a donkey, we've got 4 goats, and we've got Gracie and Boomer barking. So that is always happening, and it's just beautiful out here. You've got so many acres, and these aren't animals that you bought to decorate your farm with. These are animals that you rescued. So, and one of my friends had a situation where she could not keep these goats that were her pets. And so I called Teresa because I heard this story about these goats. One in particular who had an ego and was kind of running things and escaping all the time. So his name is Abe the Goda. And I knew when I called Teresa and spun it just right that she would say yes. So tell me about how we got Abe, and then how he's fitting in here and how he changed because of you de-stressed him. I mean, just tell everybody a little bit about what it's like to give him that space back.
Yeah, well, all I knew about Abe was that he was an escape artist, and they couldn't keep him in any fence, and he truly is. And you know, once they start wandering and farmers,
he can jump. He can jump a fence.
Yeah, he can jump this fence right here.
He got up into your loft in the barn, and she doesn't even know how.
So yeah, so I thought, well, okay, it may be a challenge, but we'll try it. We're kind of isolated, you know, we're kind of isolated out here, no traffic. So he has been so happy, but the main thing was, while I was picking him up, his best friend was there, Gilbert.
And that was sad to see them part.
Yeah, when to take one and not the other, it was like heartbreaking. So I told Jenny about it, and the owner was like, yeah, you can have him too. So went back and got, and you know, those two, and then the 2 little pygmies I have, it was just like a family. So they immediately, he started changing immediately. He wanted to be the leader of the little herd. Glad to have companion and have a wide open space and lots of good food and pasture. But the main thing I think that makes a difference for these animals are that the interaction that we have with them. They really need human interaction. They're not just put them in the pasture.
They're not lawn ornaments.
Yeah.
And they're not without depression or happiness. So if you nurture them, it just so happens that you actually can open up the paddock and you and your husband walk down the street in the morning with a donkey off leash, 2 pygmy goats, these 2 Nigerian goats jumping up in the air, the 2 dogs. And you know, usually donkeys and dogs aren't the best of friends.
True.
And we have video that, you know, shows that this is just this real symbiotic, like, understanding that this is your family.
Yeah.
And they know you care about them, and they know that you care about the other animals too, which I think is so fantastic.
They respect each other, and it is a very unlikely group because donkeys, as you know, were made to protect against coyotes, protect
Which
livestock.
are very dog-like.
Right. So they normally don't get along with dogs, but you know, the dogs and Stedman have a relationship. They respect each other.
And
They're
see how you
happy,
love them.
And I think it's just our interaction.
Yeah.
So having that daily interaction, and I have time with each of them. I spend time with the donkey, they know they're going to get that. So they're just happy.
Now, let's say you need to go into the hospital. What do you do to have someone look after your pet?
Well, Grateful Rescue has a safe haven program, and Adam Dunn has a story.
Here at Grateful Rescue, Pamela offers many resources, but one resource gave one woman peace of mind. Lucy has been at Grateful Rescue for 12 weeks now under the watchful care of Pamela. Today, after a few months of surgery, Lucy's owner, Barbara Ray, is coming to see her best friend for the first time in quite a while.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. I think you've gotten a little grayer.
Lucy has been in Barbara's care and has been her best friend for almost a decade and a half.
Lucy, we rescued her from PetSmart 14 years ago. She and her two sisters were left on railroad tracks to pretty much fend for themselves in a box. Brought her home, and she's been with me ever since. But as she's gotten older, I went on oxygen almost 6 years ago. And so then I had to have Kelly Stewart. She came and walked her 3 days a week because I couldn't walk her. And so that kept her going. But in the last, year or two, things have, as you know, her back legs and the arthritis and things, but she still wants to go, and that's the hardest part, is seeing this. So then when I started the process of lung transplant and thinking about it and all, it was like, what would I do?
What do you do if something major like this happens and you don't have someone to take care of your beloved best friend while you have a major life event like Barbara's double lung transplant? Pamela has a very special program that allows you to sign up for it if you are in need.
It's called the Safe Haven program, and what we do is we take animals for people if they are undergoing a life-changing procedure or rehabilitation. If they, in Lucy's case, she was getting a double lung transplant, so we were going to keep Lucy for up to 12 weeks. And without that service, someone would be faced with either surrendering their animal or boarding it. And a lot of times dogs like Lucy wouldn't be able to withstand that long of a stressful situation. And there's no charge for the service. It's just a way to keep the animals with their parents. I mean, they've spent many years being a responsible pet parent, and they need assistance too sometimes.
Knowing that your pet is being well taken care of is very important, especially when in Barbara's situation, when she needed to focus on herself to get well post-surgery.
It's just the unknowns. 2 months ago, I was scared. But now it's like, it's been a blessing, what all's happened. And I'm so grateful and so thankful, and more people need to know about what is here and because there are people that they have to surrender their animals, or, because that was something, maybe I would have to give her up to somebody, because I won't be able to take care of her, or maybe she'll go downhill while I'm away, and because she's already, having some issues. But I can't be more thankful, because it's between my family and Alice and everybody that's helped out. And what are the chances of people knowing you and knowing what you had here to point me in the right direction?
I think she's so grateful, and we're honored that she trusted us to take Lucy.
I remember the first time I spoke to Barb on the phone, she knew she was going to get the call about any time. And we had a plan for me to come meet Lucy. Well, then a couple days later, I received the phone call from her next door neighbor, Alice, and she said, she's gone. She got called to surgery. So then we scrambled to get Lucy here, and it all turned out nice. And then I talked to Barb on the phone after her surgery, and she was so grateful. She couldn't believe that the service existed.
Pamela and her volunteers will make sure that they will help if you have a long stint away from home, may it be surgery, military service, rehabilitation service, or others. Go onto the website and click the Outreach tab, then click Pet Safe Haven tab to find a form to fill out so Grateful Rescue can reach out to you about the program.
I mean, it's everything. All the prayers have been answered. They will continue. But there's that. I still have to worry about that, but I can't. I got to focus on right now, so not worry about down the road. So she'll take care of me, I hope. This is wonderful.
For Grateful Rescue TV, I'm Adam Byers-Dunn.
Andrew, will you read me a story? Oh yeah, let's watch Faith's Book Nook.
Grateful Rescue presents Faith's Book Nook. Watch dozens of storytelling videos right now at gratefulrescue.org.
When we arrived on the scene, I would run towards the fire, barking at the men to hurry up with their hoses of water.
I can watch it as a bedtime story, or anytime I want to learn about animals.
Thank you for joining us tonight for tonight's book reading, and thank you for supporting Grateful Rescue.
I'll lend you my daddy. I'm sure you'll agree. Now that he's home, he belongs just to me.
Celebrities and pet lovers of all ages read their favorite books about animals.
This is First Dog Henry Holcomb, and we have a story for you. Apparently it smells good.
Storytime is anytime at Faith's Book Nook.
Watch Book Nook anytime on your laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Faith's Book Nook right now at gratefulrescue.org.
So if you'd like to learn more about some of the stories you saw today, go to gratefulrescue.org.
Okay, and you know what I want?
Pixie. We'll see you
Pixie.
next time on Grateful Rescue TV.
Oh, see Pixie?